Berni, a Houston area player, one of the better performers every time we come here to Texas. I believe Berkenbile from Oklahoma. Is that Oklahoma or Missouri? He's traveling south to get here. I know that much.
This matchup, one of the tougher ones for Dredge.
Absolutely, and we're on game 3 here. Sam on the play, so Sam has lost game 2.
You got to figure if he's lost a game in the match, it would be the sideboard game where Berni brings in some of these Thoughtseize.
2 lands and a go. You see Sam just shuffling that remand to the front of his hand. He's real hoping for a cathartic reunion.
Yeah.
Remanding that one's nice.
Dredge cares more about the discarding than the drawing, but at least stopping them this turn. That's a nice payoff.
I like that. I'm like, no. 2 mana, discard 2 cards. Dredge is all about that spell.
Yeah. I would register that.
Thoughtseize from Robert. All right. 3 Thoughtseizes in the sideboard, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd
Sam will
remand
remand it anyway.
Do we have a turn 3 win?
Copperline Gorge from Berni passes back.
A little curious to see an Empty the Warrens in Sam's hand.
Yeah, empty doesn't win very much against Dredge. I guess, if you empty and make 20 goblins, sure, that's good enough. Baral from Sam, but no 3rd land. It's an unprotected Baral here. He says go. And you see Lightning Axe pitching Loam from Robert. Very happy that Sam gave him a creature. Lets him mean the dredging can begin. Here's 3 cards, Dakmor Salvage, Thoughtseize, and Abrupt Decay.
And still access to that Thoughtseize that was remanded last turn as well.
Robert's deck's looking pretty fair right now after sideboard. You see Axes, Thoughtseizes, Abrupt Decays.
Yeah, I do like it. You know, in the fair matchups, you want to be this unfair deck. You just want to do your thing and generate a lot of power really quickly. It's tough to overcome with a deck, like Jund playing Liliana of the Veil. Against these unfair decks, though, you want to not die on turn 3. That's the first box you got to check.
So look, Robert's going to attempt to loam back 2 lands here. I think he's going to go for Loam and then Thoughtseize. And he's doing this. Yes, he's debating if he wants to. He didn't get back Dakmor Salvage, I believe. He just got the fetch land.
Leaving an extra dredger in there makes some sense. Playing the salvage itself is not great.
Yeah. I guess the thought is that if Sam has some sort of graveyard hate and just hits the Loam, Robert would be very sad if the Dakmor Salvage wasn't there.
And the fetch was for Stomping Ground. The deck only plays 1 Blood Crypt.
So he passed on the opportunity to Thoughtseize here by making this play.
Yes.
And yeah, gets it tapped, says go. Over to Sam. He's got another Baral. He's still short on lands. So we'll just bring out the 1/3 again. Put Robert to the test. Can you kill it?
Yeah, there's no Conflagrate present yet for Berni. There's not a ton of stuff in the Dredge deck that can deal with Baral. I don't know if Sam has the stuff to even combo off if this survives.
Yeah, when we look at that Bloodstained Mire, I guess, Robert still has 2 more basic mountains he could find, so he can keep dredging that Loam.
Please make your way back to the sighted registration stage.
And here will be Thoughtseize. Take a look. Sam, Gifts Ungiven, Pieces of the Puzzle, Manamorphose, Past in Flames, and 2 empties.
This hand stinks.
Yeah, Sam has gone for all of his big cards here. I like Gifts Ungiven, Pieces of the Puzzle, and Empty the Warrens, and Past in Flames. It's just a lot to have all of these in your deck.
Yeah, this is all part of a coherent game plan against Jund.
Yeah.
And obviously the Dredge deck, you see a Jund mana base here, but it's just a couple removal spells, a handful of discard spells. I think this is a little much for this matchup.
I think I'm going to go back to those empties. I'm not sure I would have liked to. I don't know how much I like Empty the Warrens here.
I kind of like the pieces, but I want them to set up grape shots.
Yeah. We'll see what the Thoughtseize is on. If I'm in Robert's spot, just want to take this Manamorphose.
That's what I'd be looking at.
So sure, just keep all the big stuff.
It's probably that or Pieces of the Puzzle.
I'll take Pieces. If you have a removal spell for the Baral, it's easy. Robert's going to cast Loam, gets back a full 3 lands this time. If he has that last Thoughtseize in hand, this is an easy play for him. Just fire that off. I don't know that Robert has any payoff yet, actually, looking at his hand. Makes Gemstone mine.
Yeah, it's just kind of junk in the graveyard.
Yeah, I think his hand is more junk. I think it's those 2 lands, another loam.
Well, as long as he hasn't drawn his amalgams and his Narcomoebas,
Yeah,
having the
it'll
dredger,
work.
the dredgers, it'll get there eventually.
He's doing this weird Jund strategy. Now, Sam picks up Pyretic Ritual for the turn. We might have some excitement.
That is about his best possible draw.
Yeah. All right. So starts with Pyretic Ritual. Robert now knows the full contents of the hand.
The way this game is shaped up, he might be able to get there with goblins. If he can cast both empties, that's a lot of goblins.
Remember, he got to keep the Manamorphose, and that's going to matter a lot here. 2 and 2 for Sam. I mean, he can just go for something like just Past in Flames right now.
Yeah.
Could even, actually, Ryan, how do you feel about Gifts Ungivening here? Would you rather do that or Past in Flames?
So Gifts is going to cost 3 mana. You go down to the 1 red and you have a blue, and you get a bunch of rituals.
Yeah, I'm pretty into it.
You should be able to cast the Past in Flames from there, right?
Yeah, and that's what he's going to do. 1 red floating in that untapped island. He casts Gifts. I'm not sure on Robert's side. Taking pieces of the puzzle over Manamorphose, I think is going to come back to bite him this turn.
Getting pretty maximum punished with that ritual off the top.
And granted, that was as you mentioned, when Sam drew, he said that might be his best possible draw, and I completely agree.
Yep.
You see here, not just Revival, Manamorph, and 3 rituals. This is the mana draw, and that's exactly what Sam wants to do. Already has the Past in Flames. Normally you'd see this pile, but it would be Past in Flames instead of Noxious.
Right.
But once you have the Past in Flames, you usually throw Noxious in. This is just, he's just ritualing for mana.
Yeah.
And Sam will give him the least amount of mana pots. No, you give him the most mana. He gives him both rituals. And Sam's sure. Spell number 4 brings him up to 3 red. Spell number 5 will bring him up to 5 red.
So there's no Grape Shot yet, but Sam does have the mana to Past in Flames for Gifts.
Yeah, well, he can just Past in Flames for all these things in his yard. It's very nice.
Yeah, he should be able to lethal Grape Shot and make like 400 goblins on this turn.
Yeah, well, he might not find the Grape Shot, I suppose. So Past in Flames is spell 6. So what has Flashback now? He's got a lot, 3 rituals, 3 straight rituals, 1 Manamorphose, and a Noxious Revival.
He has 2 Manamorphose, the one he cast and the one that he got off the Gifts.
You're right, there's 2 of them. Yeah, Robert says that's going to go ahead and do it. Shakes hand. And Sam Berkenbile, our second Gift Storm player winning this round, both him and Paul Muller.